welcome to everyone there. We will be showing all the characters that were more important in the 19th century. Now, we will be first going with Gabriel Garcia Marquez, a writer that was very important for the history of Colombia. He was born on March 6 of 1928 in Aracataca, a town of northern Colombia, where he is raised by his maternal grandparents in a house filled with countless owls and the rumors of ghosts. He died 2 weeks ago.
In every line I write, I always try to invoke the shy spirits of poetry. And I try to live in every word the testimony of my devotion for its virtues and prophecy, and for its permanent victory against the deep power of the death. The prize that I just received, I see it as the comforting revelation that my attempt has not been in vain. It is because of that I invite you all to offer for what a great poet of our Americas and our generation is, Luis Cardosa, as the only concrete test of the existence of the man, the poetry. Thank you very much. The tone that I eventually used in 100 Years of Solitude was based on the way my grandmother used to tell stories. She told things that sounded supernatural and fantastic, but she told them with complete naturalness. What was the most important was the expression she had on her face when telling these stories. She did not change the expression at all when telling the stories, and everyone was very surprised. In previous attempts to write, I tried to tell the story without believing in it. I discovered that what I had to do was believe in them myself and write them with the same expression in which my grandmother told them, with a really brick face.
We hope Cabo rests in peace, and respect his legacy will remain 3 years till the end of the times. Our next character is Princess Diana. She was an iconic figure at the late 20th century. During her life, she was often said to be the most photographed person, appearing on the cover of People's Magazine more than anyone else. She epitomized feminine beauty and glamour. At the same time, she was admired for her groundbreaking charity work, in particular her work with AIDS patients and supporting the campaign for banning landmines. Now, there is a little video to show some of the things she did for the people. Here we are in the landmines of Angola. As of January of 2005, Diana's legacy on landmines remained unfulfilled. The United Nations appealed to the nations which produced and stockpiled the largest numbers of landmines: China, India, North Korea, Pakistan, Russia, and the United States, to sign the Ottawa Treaty forbidding their production and use, for which Diana had campaigned.
Oh no, my life is miserable. I have AIDS. Help me!
Don't touch me! Don't touch
Help
me!
me!
I'm going to get AIDS! Oh, don't worry. People don't understand they can get AIDS by contact. Don't worry. And now we are going to remember Nelson Mandela by his speech, "I am prepared to die."
Prepared to die. Africans want to be paid a living wage. Africans want to perform work which they are capable of doing, and not work which the government declares them to be capable of. We want to be allowed and not to be obliged to live. We want to be part of the general population. Want to be with their menfolk and not to be left permanently widowed in the reserves. We want to be allowed out after 11 o'clock at night and not to be confined to our rooms like we were little children. We want a just share in the whole of South Africa. Above all, we want the equal political rights, because without them, our disabilities will be permanent. This makes the white men fear democracy, but these fears cannot be allowed. During my lifetime, I have dedicated my life to this struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society, in which all persons will live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. This is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way. But I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can only rest for a moment, for which freedom comes responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended.
Now, we're going to talk about this amazing character, Martin Luther King, a man who fought for the people's rights without violence, and won the Nobel Prize in 1964, the prize
I have a dream. The Negro still not free. 100 years, the life of the Negro is still sadly gripped by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. The Declaration of Independence was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksand of rational justice to the solid rock of
Inspired by Gandhi to fight without violence, and some of the characters with whom I support were Rosa Parks and Malcolm X, who helped to fight against the racial injustice. As well, I fought for the equality between Negro and white people and for the poverty.
Thanks, Dylan.
It's cold. Woo!
What can I get you?
Blueberry pie and Pepsi. Good song.
Great song.
Working late on the holidays.
Yeah, it's hard on the kids.
Now we will continue with the next program of the night. It's called Señorita Laura. So next time we will see you. Bye bye.
Hello, welcome to this section of the program, Señorita Laura. We're going to introduce a murderer, a stupid man who's called Hitler. He was one of the worst persons in the world. ¿Qué pasa, el desgraciado?
I don't understand why you are calling me miserable, taking into account that one of my main principles was to transform what has been seen as a weak group of individual Germans to a powerful country who has the best blood and use knowledge to attain leadership. Of course I care about other people, but superiority must be led by Germans, true German socialists, who will promote better things for people, taking into account that Germans are the ones who had the best blood. Germans are the ones who will transform this country for making it better.
How can we live with that kind of people? We see you in the next program. Desgraciados.
Show you what you wanna see and take you